It's the Station 19 season finale, and today we're going to be checking in once again with Maya and Carina and seeing where exactly we leave things with them for the end of the season and the long summer hiatus. So let's get straight into it.
It's been 40 minutes. Okay, since we got inside, but then we were outside for at least half an hour.
So we've had a little bit of a time jump because last episode they were saying, oh, the green card appointment is a few weeks away, and I can lend some expertise here because I have a green card.
There's plural.
I mean, the spousal interviews have a little bit more pressure because by the time you usually get to the green card interview, I don't want to say it's a formality because yes, like there are people that get denied at the interview, but you have gone through such a long process and you have been so checked and verified for everything. But with the spousal one, it's a little bit more because whereas the other green cards, they're like checking everything. With the spousal visa, they're actually checking if your relationship is real and not just got married to get the green card.
So you've been married?
18 months.
She answers, not you.
Right. Sorry. We got married a year and a half ago. And we're very close with my work family. We're actually trying to have a baby with...
Oh, God.
I'm sorry. Go on. Okay. Yes, I'll be Carrie.
We don't need to get into that in the immigration interview.
Okay. So yes, I was working at the hospital and she came in with a nose.
A nose?
Yeah. It was a bear attack. Yeah, and she's a firefighter and she brought in the nose, which was...
See, this is what we want. This is the Maya and Carina we want, not what we've had the past couple of episodes. Absolute garbage, like all that crap with the donor and everything. Like, this is the Station 19 and Maya and Carina stuff that people enjoy, them just being an actual couple and like talking about, I mean, yes, this is like a green card interview, but you know, it's just stuff that people can relate to, not this bloody, oh, this ex-boyfriend's gonna be the donor and all that crap. Like, this is what we want.
Pretty gross. But later that night, I saw her at the bar and I asked her to tell me the story of how she ended up carrying a nose, and I knew it right away when I saw her. I'm gonna sleep with this woman. Carina,
Oh my God, I love her.
yeah, well, we did not sleep together right away.
Oh my God. You can save those details.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, I miss this. I miss the good stuff.
Why did you two wait to get married until your visa was expiring?
I didn't believe in marriage, but she convinced me.
Interesting timing.
I know, it looks that way, but honestly...
Not you.
I know that, like, Maya is that personality that she's obviously the more... I don't want to say dominant because I hate that whole thing where people are like, women are dominant, but Maya is more talkative, or she just more takes the lead, and I don't think it's because she's more of a leader. Like, I think it's because Carina's a bit more laid back and she doesn't mind Maya doing that and like speaking on behalf of her, and I think it works because they're both women and they'll take turns in that sort of thing. And this is what I think is going on here, because obviously Carina's English is like absolutely perfect. Like, she speaks English better than probably a lot of, you know, English speakers. But I have dated a lot of people who English wasn't their first language, and even people who, when we first started dating, they didn't speak English and then they learned English as we were dating. And it's just that automatic thing where even in the beginning, maybe some of like the legal stuff and like technical stuff, that it's just easier, and it just makes the partner who English isn't their first language, it just makes them more comfortable if the English as a first language partner takes the lead in sort of things like that. So I can totally relate to this too, where it's just that, I mean, in any relationship too, there's people that you'll just speak up and be protective, because I'm sure in this situation, like, Maya is feeling protective of Carina, so I can see like a lot of things going on here, and I think it's like quite a sweet dynamic. Whereas if it was a heterosexual relationship and you would be more like, oh, the man is speaking over the top, but it's kind of not that way because they're looking out for each other, and Maya's just kind of being protective of the whole situation with Carina, I think, anyway.
But it says here you did return to Italy for 6 weeks
Yes.
before your wedding date?
While waiting for the spousal visa, I felt like I had to go back home to help.
I'm sure she had to get some sort of like special waiver to do that, which I'm sure she was able to because she's a doctor, but normally you can't leave the country whenever you're getting like the visas or green card or anything like that.
You are a first responder as well.
Mm-hmm.
A captain with the Seattle Fire Department?
No,
Oh.
a lieutenant now. I was
Awkward.
demoted.
What happened there?
Well, I'm sorry, but what does this... I would say, unofficially, it was sexism. Possibly homophobia.
Oh my God.
The chief was threatened by...
Carina's, oh my God.
And then the new chief, the female chief, had the opportunity to correct the mistake, but she declined. Instead, I am stuck watching an incompetent drunk and a backstabbing drug addict.
Carina's face is like, shut up right now.
Contest over a job that's rightfully mine while I just wipe up their urine so that no one else slips and falls.
Carina's gonna kill her.
Do you plan to commit acts of genocide?
They really ask you stuff like this. Like, they really do. There's way crazier stuff that they ask you about, and it's so that if you do any of this stuff, they can go back and say, oh, you said you weren't gonna murder people, so you lied, so then they can take away your citizenship, because obviously they don't want like people who do all these things to be citizens.
No. I'm sorry, I assure you we take this very seriously.
Last one.
That also, I think, too, kind of shows you like Carina knows that she's in the country like on a conditional thing, because I know I'm going into green cards a bit here, but whenever you are on like a green card or a visa or anything like that, they can take it away. When you're on a visa, it's a lot more strict, and then green card, and then once you get citizenship, you're the same as everyone else. But when you're on a visa and you're going for a green card, if you do anything, I mean, like, not quite speeding tickets, like they will see that, but if you got like a DUI or something like that, like you wouldn't really have any chance of getting a green card, because they see, oh, you did this when you had a visa. So you are kind of very much like walking this tightrope, because being in the country is conditional. So you see like Maya has the privilege of being able to kind of make jokes and stuff like that, whereas Carina knows that this guy's like really holding her fate in his hands. And yeah, you know, they can come back, and she's a doctor, like that is a huge tick box. So it's just interesting. I think they kind of illustrated this very well, the scene, and while, you know, stuff like the way Maya's joking and stuff like that would never happen, it's very serious, and you normally have your interview in like these tiny little boxes, so you're not in this big luxurious office, and of course it's being vamped up for television, but I do think that they did a pretty accurate job of what goes on.
We've been here for hours. I think Officer Dang understands that my sense of...
Like this. Obviously this would never happen.
Officer, she's kidding, just to be clear.
Please stop!
Sorry.
I mean, of course she's gonna get it, come on.
You have a green card.
I do?
Which they don't tell, like, I mean, again, I know this is TV, they're gonna tell you for TV, but they don't tell you there. You have to wait, and it's a whole thing, and the fingerprints and scanning your eye and all that. It's ugh.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Regards to the Maya. Thank you. Thanks.
He's like, thank God. They're out of here.
Okay, I hope once our baby comes, you're not going to say, oh man, about missing Rick.
This episode actually made me forget about the baby, which is pretty impressive. But yeah, I'll talk at the end about it.
Are you here for Prue's party? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You hardly know Warren. I mean, it's always a pleasure to have you here, Chief.
Oh, good.
Yeah, well, you were in charge of the promotions of everyone I care about. Okay, can we enjoy this great news just for one night? You're right. You're right. You're right. Great.
So those were the Maya and Carina scenes from the season finale of Station 19. And as I said, impressively, this episode made me forget about that whole bloody baby situation, which is impressive. I really liked this episode. I really liked the Maya and Carina stuff. As I said, like, I found it pretty interesting with the green card stuff, having been through something like that myself. And I, again, think that they dressed it up dramatically for TV because it's hella boring to get your green card. Hella boring and hella expensive. But they did a good job. And I also liked how they basically were giving a little synopsis of their relationship. It kind of was reminding me of why I really liked them in the beginning and why they are such a good couple, which makes me even angrier when I think about the mess that was the second half of this season. I probably am going to do a video on season 5, Maya and Carina as a whole. If that's something you're interested in, let me know below and I'll get working on it straight away if it's something that people are interested in. And yeah, overall, not the greatest Maya and Carina season. They did save it there at the end, but that still doesn't erase all of the crap that was in the second half of the season. It doesn't seem like Maya's getting her job back anytime soon. I thought it was actually she was going to be fired. And then we saw Jack leave at the end. So I don't know what that means to, like, is he going to see the family or whatever? I'm sure it will all be picking up in September, October when the show is back, which is crazy that we're not going to see it for that long. But summer always flies, so I'm sure we'll be back here again very soon. Make sure you're subscribed so that when it does return, you can get a notification. And I am covering the L Word filming now, so make sure you got notifications on for that too. Follow me on social media to stay up to date with absolutely everything, and check out my second channel if you're interested in fraud, scams, and cult. And thank you so much if you've watched any or all of the Station 19 videos this season. I really, really appreciate it. And as always, make sure to stay safe, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.